First off, tell me your name, title, and company.
Shawn Holcomb. I'm Market Development Manager for Coca-Cola.
What does that job entail?
That's basically what we do is, if it's not a convenience store or a grocery store, it falls under my department, and that would be universities, colleges, schools, recreation departments, entertainment venues, stuff like that, and we're responsible for going out and finding new business.
What's the hardest part about your job?
Finding new business because everybody's Coke, Rome being such a huge Coke town, there's Coke everywhere, so finding new business is pretty difficult. But
what does a day in your job usually entail?
Usually about 7 o'clock in the morning, checking emails, and then go and take orders at a few higher, some of the bigger accounts like the hospitals, the colleges, and stuff like that, and then looking for new business, doing whatever we can to grow the business.
What got you into working for Coke?
Well, my parents both were route drivers. They did the potato chip routes and stuff, and I kind of grew up around it. So, and I love Coke, and I was lucky enough to get hired. So, I decided to make a career out of selling Coca-Cola.
Before Coke, tell me a little bit about your history.
Before Coke, I worked for Frito-Lay. Before Frito-Lay, I was a police officer with the city of Rome, and before that, I did a whole bunch of jumping around.
What's been your favorite and most rewarding job you've had?
Being a police officer. Yeah.
Do you miss that time?
I miss being a cop, but I just couldn't afford to continue doing it.
Tell me about some of your hobbies and interests.
I'm a wrestling promoter. Also promote concerts, sporting events. Once or twice a year we'll do a couple of big shows, and when some shows come into town, a lot of times they'll contact me to negotiate advertising and stuff like that. So,
what's some of the shows you've helped promote?
I've done Kiss Army a couple of times in Rome. I did Impact Wrestling when they came, and then this past November we did Superstars of Wrestling Fan Fest.
And you also participated in a band for a while, did you not?
I'm still there. Yep, I'm one half of the Georgia Blues Brothers, and we're in our 7th year, and we stay about as busy as we want to at this point because we're both getting older.
How did that come about?
Karaoke one night. Me and my partner Chris Cole, we were at karaoke, and he said that he wanted to enter the Coosa Valley Fair contest. He had entered it the year before dressed as a blues brother, but he was by himself. And he said he thought it would be cool if he could have a partner, and he asked me if I would do it. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I don't know any Blues Brothers songs, but let's do it. And so we won that contest, and then 7 years later, we're still going. And it's a lot of fun.
What's the largest crowd you ever performed in?
10,000 people in Kennesaw for their 4th of July.
How was that?
It was awesome. It was awesome. It's been, that's been 3 or 4 years ago. We opened up for a Bruce Springsteen tribute act, and it was a huge crowd, huge crowd.
What is it about Rome and Floyd County? You're a native Rome and Floyd County, and what is it about you wanting to stay here, after you become an adult and just become a member of society?
Contacts. Growing up here, you learn, you start finding people. There's contacts here that might move over, and then you got a contact here, and then if you leave and you start over, then you have to make new contacts. So I know a lot of people in town, and it's very beneficial in my hobbies and my job and everything else.